the politics of issues, agendas, and well-being of the citizenry or the nationals has been bypassed and has been replaced by the politics of tribalism. Now, this was orchestrated. It is not by accident. So don't just sit down and think that tribalism is something that just a sprout. No, tribalism is something that is orchestrated. It is something that is planned, just the way you might sit down and have a good plan of how you want to execute a certain project, the roadmap, how you want to achieve the milestones. Then that is the way the politicians also sit down and orchestrate how they gonna fight a battle of tribalism in their favor. Now, you will remember that we have this generation, the Gen Zs, and when I talk about the Gen Zs, we have these who were born from 2000 coming through toward this era, whereby we also have coming up with the generation Alpha. Now we have the millennials who are in the 90s, and we also have these millennials who are closer to the Gen Zs. Now these are generation that was not being defined by the tribalism. These are generation that could not be defined by who is your leader. These are generation that will tell themselves they were faceless, they were tribeless, and you see, they will work towards achieving a certain goal, and they will do it to the maximum. And this was actually paid to book when the June 25th, 2024 demonstrations came to play, and the Parliament of Kenya was occupied. Now, these members of Parliament knew so well that our lives are in danger. And when the people decide to take their power, because of the constitution well enshrines that the sovereign power of the people or the sovereignty of the country belongs to them people. When they decide they want a certain leader, then the leader will be given that leadership. If they say they don't want you, then the masses shall have spoken. And that is the overriding concept in the constitution. Now, remember, we have these leaders, these politicians who know when tribalism as a factor is gotten out, then they have no place in the nation. Why am I bringing in these? In the social media currently, the war has just been on the tribes. It's about Luos, it's about Kikuyus, it's about Gema, it's about these. But remember, I have no problem with anybody being so proud about their tribe. And don't get me wrong, just the way I said, it is not by accident, it is by design. When the government realized that social media controls huge masses in the social media, then it was their time to counter. They had to bring in people who will pretend that they are fighting with you the same fight. But them was to bring that tribal war. It is our person being fought against such a person. It was our person being fought against such a person. And now see the timings that is happening. It comes towards almost the end of William Samoei Ruto's era. In his first term, he already knows he has become unpopular. So the best tool to use is to divide people along tribal lines. Remember, there was this video that I was talking about an organized simple minority and a disorganized majority. The simple minority will always win over the majority. And William Ruto has already known that in the Mount Kenya region, he has already lost popularity in other areas within the nation. So the best thing to do is to make sure these people are divided along tribal lines and let him consolidate his base. So with his minority that he will organize so well, he might be able to clinch into the second term of a presidency. I know some people might look at this analysis as just a mere surface scratching, but get some critical thinking and ask yourself, we used to debate about issues here online. It used to be about health. It used to be about the agricultural sector. It used to be about our education system. It used to be about our infrastructural development. But currently, they were online. For instance, go to TikTok. The issues that was happening with the TikTok High Court, we could see clearly that people lost the agenda. And right now, the president has also realized that, and he's actually the orchestrator of all these, because these are old guards who have been used to eating through tribalism. Therefore, this is my warning to you, fellow Kenyans. This is the time that we have to take the bull by its horn. These people have realized that the only capital they have is tribalism. Now, look, the other day, Ruto was working in Nairobi. He's actually activated a full campaign mode. And if I am the advisor of William Samuel Ruto, I will tell him that Nairobi tour was one of the mistakes that is ever done in politics, because it clearly shows how incompetent his government has been over time. They've always cried that, hey, give us time, we shall perform. We are now nearing the end of the 5-year term. But now, is there anything that you can show about this government, even for those who are supporting William Samuel Ruto? What will they come and tell people that Ruto has been able to deliver for the citizenry? If you ask someone, why are you supporting William Samuel Ruto? The best thing they can tell you is like, the Mount Kenya people have eaten for a very long time. Where were you while they were eating? You see, it is no longer issues. It is now tribalism. Yeah. Remember, all these people campaign on a manifesto. And there are key points, key agenda that they promise the people that they are going to deliver. You see, as you draft your manifesto, you draft it for a 5-year term, because you are not sure you are going to be re-elected again for a second term. So as you draft your manifesto, you draft it for the first term, and you draft it knowing that you're able to deliver it. It is so unfortunate that up to this moment that we are speaking, I cannot sit down. If you ask me if there is any positive thing I can talk about Ruto's regime, trust me, I am unable to. I'm just sorry. I'm not being emotional. I'm just being logical. You tell me just one thing that is positive with William Samuel Ruto, set for his consistency. Consistency is a good thing, but his consistency on what? He's been consistent with lies until it has become his culture. So Ruto has become a pathological liar. Someone whose regime thrives on unfulfilled promises. And we see people like Raila Amolo Odinga going to sanitize such kind of a regime. And I'm so happy with the Standard Media Group. Today I saw the headline saying the greedy, is it the greedy watchdog? Something of the sort. You're supposed to be the watchdog, gatekeeping, but now instead of doing that, you join the oppressor to make sure that they oppress further the people that you try to swindle as that you are fighting for. That is not the situation that we are seeing. So the political elite are first making sure that people are divided along tribal lines, because that is their major capitals towards the elections. But kindly, let us get back. Let us collect ourselves back. I know we lost track in the middle, in the social media, in the cocoons that we sit while politicking. Kindly, let us drop the tribal politics. Let us be proud of our tribes in terms of culture, and we celebrate that. But when it comes to division, let not tribe be a factor of dividing us. That it is so and so tribe that is trying to make inroads for their people and taking away other tribes. Let us forget that for a moment. Let us get into issues. Let us get into the constitution. Is it being followed? Yeah. Let us get to even analyze the MOU, the pact that Raila Odinga had with Ruto. Is it constitutional? Let us get into issues. Let us look at our education sector. Is it succeeding or is it dwindling down? Our health sector, are we getting the correct medical attention that we need or we deserve as a citizenry? Let us focus on issues. Let us counter-check the manifesto and the promises that the regime gave during their campaigns and vis-a-vis the reality. And let us debate on those issues. If not, then we try and check who's the best leader that we can vote for so that they can deliver the mandate that the Constitution has bestowed upon them. Today, I've just decided to do this because I feel we are losing focus as a nation. The politics of issues, the way we were so focused, we have divided. Kindly, let us walk out of tribal cocoons, be it on social media, to talk of TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Let us walk away. We know there are the 527 pay for those government bloggers. And trust me, they have succeeded in some percentage to divide. You see, you shall never know your enemy if you become myopic. Always assess the situation and get to know not everybody that you're interacting with deserves to be trusted. Some of them, just listen to them, internalize before responding. Some of them are just there to cause chaos because they are people who thrive on chaos. As we speak, the United States of America government has cut off and frozen funding for the UN-backed Kenyan mission in the Haiti. And now we see the president also requesting for more than 2 billion Kenyan shillings to go and support the war that in any way doesn't concern us. A war that we didn't start. We were just pushed into it. Back at home here, we are suffering so many things. That money could be injected into our economy. That money could be injected into our education sector or health sector, and it would make grand changes. I don't know who advises the president. I don't know if he takes the advice. Maybe he is the person who advises the advisors. Therefore, it is time to open our eyes. We know these politicians, they have lied to us time and again, and we have no option other than kicking them out and making sure that we save our nation. If you love content of this nature and you're watching from our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and press the notification button so anytime that we are live or we upload content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. If you have a contrary opinion or you are for the opinion that I have just stated in my analysis, give your comment in the comment section below. Ahmed Halib is my name for the Unscripted Talks here in DURB Radio. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu wa Ramadan Kareem wa Swaum Makbul.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, DURB Radio ndio mpango mzima.